What's up, everybody? This week, I want to bring up a topic that I already talked about before, but I'm going to bring it up again. And that is the subject of AI and how it's used in creative arts. All right, as I said, I want to talk about AI, in particular, the generative AI, the use of creating images and art and video and all that kind of stuff as it pertains to art, the world of art, and specifically in this case, video games, since that's kind of what we talk about on this channel. Now, I do actually have a video I made originally on this channel, like I think it's my second video that I made. Not too many people saw it. I've got a little bigger audience right now, and I thought I would readdress some of these concerns that people have and where I fall on this spectrum of artificial intelligence and its use in the creative arts. So, before I get into it, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. You'll be notified every time I make a new video, and you can be the first to watch it. Now, where do I begin on this touchy subject? I think I want to start with the idea that I understand people's concern that AI is going to take over, it's going to ruin everything, it's going to take jobs, it's going to make it so art is pointless and meaningless. And yes, some of that is going to happen. Some of those things will happen. But I don't think it's as dire as everybody thinks it is. So I'm just going to talk on my personal experience with artificial intelligence and why I love it, and I'm a huge supporter of it. So stick with me on this because I want you to understand my perspective, especially if you're somebody who maybe disagrees quite severely with me. To give you a little bit of history, I have always been an artist. I have done all kinds of things throughout the years of my life. I have definitely been I love to draw and things as I was younger. I like to do digital art and things. I'm now just starting to kind of understand pixel art, but all those things take time. And I'm 44 years old. And I'll be honest, when you get later in life, you're taking care of a family, you're trying to provide financially. It gets difficult to support all your hobbies and creative hobbies, especially. So, drawing and that sort of thing, that's gone to the wayside for me for many years. In fact, I think the last time I created a piece of digital art was maybe 3, 4 years ago. And I remember at the time when I made that piece, it was probably one of the best pieces I've ever done, but it took me almost 24 hours of actual human time to create that. And I had to force myself to finish it. I had to push and just say, let's just wrap this up and find an ending point to this drawing. And then I took a break. I took a break from art. In fact, I just kind of focused on work, my business, and I didn't really do anything creatively. I used to want to be a movie director. I used to write scripts. I even won a contest or two for submissions with that in the past, but I wanted to be a YouTuber. I was on YouTube within the first 6 months of YouTube. I've been an OG YouTuber for a long time, but I've had spurts of going in and out of it and I've never stuck with it. So that's partially what I'm doing right now. And I'm telling you all this because I'm trying to get creative again. But you know what got me to this point? It was artificial intelligence, AI. AI is what brought me back and revitalized my creativity because at 44 years old, with a lack of time, it was a way that I could create art. I could take something that was in my head and see it and visualize it immediately. And it's not always perfect. And I started a lot with generative images and things like that. and it was pretty janky early on, but it's getting really good now. It's still got that jank, but then came video, and video I messed around with for a bit, and that opened up new possibilities. It even made me think, where could this technology go in the future? I know some people are concerned they're going to lose their jobs and things, but I'm excited for the idea that I could make a movie from my own home sitting at my computer someday. And that was something that I desired when I was in my early 20s. And I sort of put that dream away because it just seemed too big and unattainable. But now I wonder, I mean, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where will the generative video capabilities be? Can we direct movies? Can we direct the AI to do what we wanted a little more specifically? I don't know, but I'm excited about it. And then with video games, I got excited. I've always been excited about programming off and on throughout my life. I just never stuck with it like many things. And I just realized I really enjoy it. So this past year, I've been trying to get back into it. As you guys know, I've been sort of chronicling my journey through making games, and it's had some ups and downs. And you've seen me use AI on here. I found some cool software that allows you to use artificial intelligence to create pixel art, and I've used it in my most recent game I'm working on, which is a Flappy Bird clone that I'm doing for my 10 game challenge, where I'm trying to recreate old games that maybe were fairly simple and have different mechanics, but to just build up my repertoire of knowledge and programming and everything, and trying to recreate these games to get better at making games. And in this case, I want to replace all the graphics and kind of put my own twist on these older games. So I'm creating Flappy Bird, and I'm now making Flutter Plane. And I've used a combination of just me making the art manually straight up with pixel art. And I've also used Pixel Lab, a software within that, or a plugin that you can use with Sprite, and it allows you to generate pixel art. It does some pretty cool things, but as with all generative AI software, it has its pluses and it has its minuses. It's not always going to do exactly what you want, but what I love about AI and why I don't think it's a threat is that it's just to be used as a tool. Why should I make a tree when I don't have to make a tree? So in my game, I needed a tree. So I just had AI make a tree. I found a tree I liked, and then I tweaked it. It's not even the AI just got me started, and then I tweaked it and I made the tree my own through tweaking. Same with the clouds that I made and everything. Some of it I made myself, like the plane. I made that all by myself. I made the ground tile all by myself. I made the landing pad all by myself. These are things you'll see in upcoming devlogs as I release them. But I just view it as a tool to unlock your creativity, and that's what it's done for me. If you want to do everything by hand and manually, that's great. I don't have a problem with that, and that's awesome. But I don't have the time I once had at 44 to pull off all this stuff. And we all know most of you don't have the skills to do every aspect of game development. That's why there are asset packs out there and things like that. And I don't think people need to be coming down on people for using asset packs either. I think you can create a fully commercial game with asset packs if that's what you want to do. As long as your game is good, what difference does it make how you got the graphics or what you're doing with them? Just make a good game. And that's what my goal is to do. Now, I do have the capabilities to do a lot of these things on my own, but it's time. It always goes back to time. Time is the greatest commodity to me. And I love AI because it gives me time back. It helps progress me forward on certain things. It's not always perfect, as I said. There are certain times where sometimes I think it may have been quicker for me to have just done this manually than to constantly sit here and generate this image over and over until it gets to be just what I wanted it to be. And maybe that's true. But there are plenty of times where it gets it right pretty quickly and it does save me time. So I guess what I'm presenting to the naysayers out there is to just put yourself in my shoes if you can. Now, some of you might be younger and you're grabbing life by the horns and you have all the time in the world to work on this stuff, and that's great. Keep pursuing it. And I do believe that it is best when you know how to do something from scratch so you understand it and then use an AI tool because you then know how to tweak that thing if you need to. But if you just want to do it all manually, go ahead and do it and go ahead and put that stamp of approval, human made on your product, and that's fine. But I don't think personally anybody really is going to care about that in the end. It's going to come down to what did you make and is it cool? It doesn't matter whether AI was part of it or not. If it's a video game, is your game fun? Is it entertaining to play? I don't care if it's human made or not. If it meets the criteria that it's fun and has a good aesthetic to it or whatever, I honestly don't think people are going to care. If you make a full length movie, I don't think people are going to care if the movie's good, if it's put together well. And I don't think, same thing with art. We've all seen art. Now we have things within the art sometimes that you're like, oh, look at those hands, or they're tweaked out weird, or something's weird. But there's a lot of art out there that doesn't look weird and it looks really good. It just depends. And I think as long as it looks good, people don't care. They don't even know most of the time. So feel free to push back on me if you want to, but that's not going to stop me from using AI. And anybody who wants to comment about that negatively, I'm just going to delete your comments. Now, if you want to share your opinion, I'm not going to just delete that as long as you share it in a polite way and in a constructive way. I'm all for a bit of debate, a bit of banter, as long as we're respectful of each other. I think that's good. I'm more than willing to hear your side of the story if you have a different side. But if it just absolutely upsets you that I use I would just suggest you move along then and go find another channel that's human made, I guess, and has that stamp of approval on it, because that's not going to be this channel. And I'm going to use AI tools and I'm going to enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy what I produce as time goes on. So that's kind of where I feel these days on artificial intelligence. I'll probably have more to say on the subject as time goes on. I just sort of wanted to address some of these things as my audience has begun to grow a bit from where I was when I started. And I do see these kind of comments cropping up from time to time on some of my videos and people being upset that I use AI to help me along with certain things. And I guess I just want you to know, like, I view AI as sort of my worker in a sense. Like, I'm the director, if you want to view it that way. I'm the one putting everything together. I'm the one with the vision. AI is the tool to help me see my vision. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that's the best case use for artificial intelligence. I mean, I just got into some music generation stuff, and it's crazy what it can do. It's not perfect by any means. I have a daughter who can make music and she knows how to do it. She learned how to do it and uses, all the programs that help you create music. I never learned sound, but I love music and I am a musician. So I know how to play music. And what I found out was really cool is I could record myself just playing something on my phone on the piano, and I could import that into Suno, a music generating app or software, and it could take my song and create like a fully produced version of it. And it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as what my daughter makes, but for a person like me who's never going to probably take the time to learn how to actually make music, it's a fun way to see something that I did become something more. It just opens up so much creativity. And that's what I'm trying to say in the end. Artificial intelligence opens up creativity to people who just don't have time or never learned how to do something or took the time to learn how to do something and maybe just don't have the time to do it because you prioritize other things above it. And in my case, I'm prioritizing creating these YouTube videos on multiple channels, which you can check the links below to see all my channels. But I'm creating these videos, which takes quite a bit of time. And I'm also trying to make video games, indie video games, which For a couple months or more, I had no inspiration for. And then all of a sudden I got inspiration and now I'm ready to get back into making these games and realizing making games takes a lot of time. Even if you use AI to help you along the way, it still takes a lot of time. So between making YouTube videos and creating video games, I don't have time to learn a lot of new stuff, but I still do. I mean, I'm learning how to make video games, but that's what I'm devoting my time to. I don't have time to learn how to make music, but I could have fun with generative AI and do some cool stuff. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys understand. This might be a longer chat than normal. I'm going to get back to the devlogs and show you where I'm at with Flutter Plane probably on the next video. I have made some progress on it, but I wanted to take a pause in that devlog series to talk on some of these artificial intelligence topics. And as I said, feel free in the comments to let me know your thoughts on this subject. And if you're going to be mean about it, just move on. You can unsubscribe if that's what you want to do. But for those of you who do like what I'm talking about, as I said at the beginning, make sure to like this video, show me your support, and that would mean a lot to me through some of the negative voices that I hear. Subscribe to my channel because that really helps as I'm trying to push my way towards monetization on this channel, which I need 1,000 subscribers and a whole bunch of watch hours, but I would appreciate any subscriptions from you if you enjoy what I'm doing here. That's all for now, and until next time, keep YouTubing it up.
Thanks for checking out Neon Dream Games channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can stay up to date on all the latest videos we have to offer. Don't forget to leave a comment to suggest what kind of videos you'd like to see more of in the future. See you in the next video.